Gentlemen, welcome back to MGTOW Money. Today's topic, a silent epidemic among men. Before we get to that, thank you to the ongoing support from the Patreon investors in this channel. Welcome Tyrone, the latest member of the MGTOW Money army of Patreon supporters. Men, see the video description today. Become a Patreon supporter of this channel. On to today's topic, a silent epidemic among men. Men, I'm going to step back in time into my own experience. I was in my mid-20s. I can remember this. I was driving in the United States in a large southeastern city, driving along. It was night after work. I was working at a job that I absolutely hated every minute of it. And I was in my typical long commute. And frankly, I felt like, you know what? I just want to drive off this bridge. I was extremely depressed. I was extremely unhappy. I was in a marriage that was going from bad to worse, that would soon end some months later. And I was just extremely unhappy, to put it mildly. I can only imagine, though, what today a man must feel like. And I'm specifically talking about statistics where I'm reading that white male suicide is up 40% in the last 10 years. 40% in just the last 10 years. And among men age 20 to 24, in other words, just young men, it is 5 times more likely that they will commit suicide than a woman. And just in general, at any age, it's 4 times more likely that a man will commit suicide among women. And so, of course, I'm thinking about what's happening here. Clearly, there is something wrong. And as I've mentioned in prior videos, we have a societal disparagement, insulting denigration of men. And most recently, take a look at the video cover that I used. The woman that you see there, the Korean woman that you see there, is a woman named Sarah Jeong. Sarah Jeong was recently hired by the New York Times newspaper in the United States to be on their editorial board. And I might add that Ms. Jeong is a graduate of Harvard Law School, so presumably a reasonably intelligent woman. Let me give you some quotes that this woman put out on Twitter. And this is straight from her. Quote, "Men are too effing emotional to be let out in public. Jesus Christ." And she followed up with another tweet, quote, "Yo, men, just get off Twitter. Every man, all of you, you can't handle this S." And she has also repeatedly said that all men are, quote unquote, garbage. Men are innately and unintentionally garbage. Quote, "Men are fountains of meaningless garbage, and they see every woman as an open landfill for their thoughts," unquote. So I'm thinking about this and I'm thinking, no wonder suicide rate, no wonder there are men like Anthony Boudreaux who feel like they've got no way out. They're stuck. It's so black, they can't see any way out of this. And now I can sincerely appreciate what young men must be dealing with. And as men get even older into age, who are still not seeing some way to get out. So with that said, I have some specific actionable steps, some things that might help some of you. At least I hope they will help you. 1, I sincerely encourage you, and a lot of sites I see this being mentioned on the manosphere, is the following. Drop social media. Get out of it. End it. Stop viewing it. Stop reading it, etc. If nothing else, at the very least, you need to control the amount of time that you're spending on it. In other words, and I'm taking this to heart myself, men, if you're spending more than about 15, 20 minutes a day, Facebook, Twitter, whatever type of social media, you need to drop it. You need to stop it. And in particular, you need to only be involved in any type of, or avoid types of social media that are volatile, that are controversial, in particular, anything that has to do with politics, etc. It does you no benefit whatsoever. At the very least, men, it is going to be affecting you negatively, subconsciously. So again, I can't be any more specific. Drop social media, or at least significantly cut it back, and only focus on social media that's relatively powerful or educational and supportive to you. By the way, you can, of course, follow me on Twitter. Occasionally, I will send out some things. Hopefully, they'll be positive in the future. And by the way, it's MGTOW Money on Twitter. All right, 2, assuming that you're dealing with depression, you're dealing with anxiety, etc., I get it. One of the best things that you can do, one thing that you can do today, right now, is get up and move. Put down the video controller, put down the remote control, stop playing the video games, get up and move your body. I'm not talking about exercising for anyone but yourself. I'm not talking about becoming a bodybuilder. Again, I'm talking about moving your body. Walking around the block. I've mentioned simple things like this. Going to the store, parking on the far end of the parking lot, taking the stairs instead of the elevator. Simple things that you can put into effect immediately will help you. I guarantee you, I speak from my own personal experience as well as the experience of many other men. Just by moving your body, you will begin to feel psychologically better, and the clouds will lift from you. See the video description today. I did a prior video about your most important asset. Your priceless asset is, of course, your health. 2, you need to simplify your financial life. The biggest step, the easiest step, the first thing you've got to do to fix your financial life is this: get out of debt. You heard me clearly. Get your debt down to 0. If you just do that one thing, you do nothing else, men. You do that one thing, you get out of debt, you will be 80% of the way home. You get down to 0 debt, you will feel so much better. Dave Ramsey is dead on this. Dave Ramsey, of course, does a nationally syndicated radio show in the United States, gives a lot of simple ideas, etc. I think one of the best ideas that he gives is get out of debt. I understand there are forms of productive debt that can be very, very valuable. But for most men, for 80% of men, if not even, dare I say, 96% of men, that's 20% squared, for a vast majority of men, having no debt will make your life much, much better. How do you get out of debt? As I've mentioned numerous times before, list all your debts, smallest to largest. Start with the smallest, no matter how small it is. Get it knocked out immediately, and then go on to the second one and the third and the fourth. Point being, you're going to get that momentum going, and you're going to eliminate all your debt. Let me finish by saying, men, there is no shame. There is 0 shame in admitting if you are wrestling with depression or you are dealing with some sort of really serious mental health issue. I get it. I was there. I was down so far, I couldn't even see straight. I couldn't even imagine what the future looked like. I have been there. I have been physically and mentally down. I can assure you. I encourage you, men, there is professional help available to you. There are men that will help you. There are even men that will help you that won't charge you anything, that will help you. I have a family member, for example. He is a veteran. He is working with another veteran who I do know has really helped him. Not just help him physically in terms of helping him do different things and get straight, but also get mentally straight and feel better about himself. There are men that will help you. Furthermore, lastly, let me just say, it only gets better. Getting older is not a good thing. It is a great thing. You keep those 4 no's that I've mentioned in numerous times in the past, men. I guarantee you, I promise you, the rich life that you deserve will be within your grasp. Now, gentlemen, do me a favor. Pass along this video to other men that might find it helpful, as well as helping other men achieve their financial goals. As always, John Galt out.